Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome to you all in grade 8. This is your general science class. I am your teacher Mrs. Madiha Ashraf. Students, today we will discuss about the balanced and unbalanced forces, Newton's first law of motion and examples of Newton's first law in our everyday life. Our today's topic is about changing speed and direction. How the speed and direction of an object can be changed. Well, a force can change the speed and direction of an object. What is a force? Recall, force, it is a push or pull and it is measured in Newton. Have a look on these. Tug of war is there between the two teams. In the first case, both teams are applying the force that are equal in magnitude but on opposite direction. So both are balancing each other. As a result, there is no motion. While if in the second case, one team is applying more force as compared to the other one, like here the force is 400 Newton while on this case 300 Newton. So the motion will be towards which side? Towards the left side where there is the greater force. So it means forces acting on an object can be classified into two types. These are balanced forces and unbalanced forces. So we have the two cases here. Look at this. A wooden block is shown on both sides, on right side and left side. Two forces are acting and both are equally in magnitude, 5 Newton and 5 Newton. As a result, there is no motion. So the block of wood in this picture is not moving because the two forces are acting on it. That these forces are equal and opposite to each other. So they can cancel the effect of each other, like both are opposite in direction. So that's why we will substitute minus here. 5 minus 5, that will come out 0. So it means the block of wood will be in rest position or there will be no motion. So which type of the force is this? This is the balanced force. So balanced forces cause no motion. Case 2. Look at this. In this case, the wooden block is also under the action of the two forces. On right side, the force is 10 Newton, while on the other side, there is the 5 Newton force. Both forces are not equal. So, in which direction the box will move or the block will move? It will move towards the right side because on right side there is the greater force. The block of wood in this picture is in motion or is moving. Why? Because the two forces acting are not equal. So the net force is not 0. Like 10 minus 5, that will come out 5. So the object will move towards that side where there is the greater force. Now we will make the differences between balanced and unbalanced forces. First of all, how we can define the balanced forces? Balanced forces when two or more forces acting on an object are equal but opposite in direction, and the net force or resultant force on the object is 0, then these are named as balanced forces. Unbalanced forces when two or more forces acting on an object are not equal and their resultant or net force is also not 0, are named as the unbalanced forces. Second point of difference, balanced forces are equal in magnitude. They have same value, while unbalanced forces are not equal in magnitude. Balanced forces, number third, the balanced forces act in opposite direction while unbalanced forces acts in opposite direction or can also be exerted in the same direction. The fourth point is the very important point. Balanced forces do not cause a change in motion of an object or there is no motion. When the balanced forces are acting on an object, they do not cause the change in motion or do not produce any motion, while unbalanced forces can cause the change in motion of an object. Look at this room. It's so neat and tidy. Everything is nicely placed. So, if no one was to enter or disturb the objects, will they move? No. So, what we conclude? An object at rest stays at rest if left undisturbed. But what about the moving object? Like a ball is moving. Will this ball stop? Yes, the moving objects come to the rest after some time. So an object in motion continue to be in motion with same speed or velocity if it is left undisturbed. These observation was summarized by Sir Isaac Newton in his first law of motion, that is named as Newton's first law of motion. An object at rest stays at rest and an object in motion stays in motion with the same speed and in same direction unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. This law has two parts. If an object is at rest or if an object is in motion, they will continue their state unless an unbalanced force applied or act on them. How? Look at this example. A football is there which is at rest until a person or somebody hits it. After hitting, it will start moving and come to the rest. Why? A force is applied on it. So it means force change the speed and direction of the object. If a ball is in motion, it will continue to move. But after some time, it stops. What stops its motion? There is a force which tend to stop its motion, and that force is named as the force of friction. The force needed to overcome the force is called friction. Friction is the force that acts against the motion, or in other words you can say it tend to stop the motion or the moving objects. Some other examples in our daily life that follows the Newton's law, like a ball stays at rest until it hits by someone. Similarly, a book lying on the table. A car continues its motion unless an unbalanced force acts on it. Many more examples are there. You can also quote by yourself. Look at the example of spacecraft. Spacecraft that moves in the outer space. It continues its state with same speed and direction, even without engine. Why? Have a look on this. Why this is so? Without engine it to work and say with same speed and even with the same direction. Well, this is because there is no gravity in the outer space. There is no gravity in the outer space. So spacecraft need no engine to push it because no friction is there to slow it down. As I have told you, friction is the force which opposes the motion or which tend to stop the things. So engine is required when there is the friction. As there is no friction, so that's why it do work without engine. But its speed and direction can be changed. How it can be changed? It can be changed by hitting or firing with small rockets because they will provide a force that can change their motion and direction. This is the end of our today's lesson. Now let's have a look on today's assignment. You have to solve the relevant test yourself at page number 51 and some relevant questions which you have to practice on your rough copy, that is the differentiate between balanced and unbalanced forces and define friction. Thank you. Stay blessed. Have a nice day. Goodbye. Till next class. Allah Hafiz.